Hello and welcome to the inaugural episode of the Radio Ventriloquist Enterprises channel. I am the Radio Ventriloquist. Glad that you could come and be with me today. I want to do a quick review of the ELAC Debut 2.0 DF6.2 floor standing speakers. To preface this channel, here at the beginning, I'm going to be looking at stereo equipment. What I've put together over the past year and a half as I have sort of rebuilt my stereo system, or systems now that I have multiples. Yes, I'm going down the rabbit hole. A little background there. I have a degree in music. First stereo I bought was almost 42 years ago. The last time I bought a stereo system before this current binge was 27 years ago. So I had a system for 13 years and then replaced it. Bought another system. I kept it for 27 years and enjoyed it greatly. So I'm not one who sort of is all the time looking to change out and swap out. I tend to find something and like it and stick with it. So I want to share with you a review of the ELAC F6.2s here. I had, for brevity's purposes, that they'll be the F6.2s rather than the full long name. Well, they are floor standing speakers. They are a three-way. They have a tweeter there on the top, mid-bass driver, and then two woofers. The crossover points are at, I think, 2200 for the tweeter down to the mid-range. Mid-range to bass crosses over at 90 hertz. They are a 6-ohm speaker and 87 dB sensitivity. They take a little of effort to run, but I have put them with a 50-watt amplifier that ran them fine, not a problem. Didn't seem to stress the amplifier at all. What I'm running them with right now is the Cambridge Audio AXR100, and I have the AXC35 CD player. And that turntable there on the top is an old Pioneer PL520. I want to do a video about it because that's really a fascinating little turntable to me, and it sounds really, really good. But back to the speaker. Sound profile. As I was considering the purchase of the new system, my son, whose opinion I trust in things audiophile, said, "Dad, you need to make sure you get floor standing speakers for that room." So that's what I did. And this room really needs it. It's a 24 by 24 foot room. It's fairly neutral, fairly dead acoustically. A friend of mine refers to it's almost an anechoic chamber, he said. The room itself, probably I need to do a video just on the room proper because it's got some unique features to it itself. You might notice there's a speaker embedded in the wall behind the ELAC there. So I'll probably have to do a bit of a walk around to the room and show you what I've got going in here. Back to the speaker. What do I hear? Now, this is not something, I'm comparing it to all these other different floor standing speakers. No, I bought this. I've been enjoying it for a year and a half now. And this is what I hear. It's a balanced speaker. In other words, some people use the term linear. I like the term balanced. You know, the mids, the lows, the highs. Nothing is more prominent than another in regards to this. So there's this nice, and because of that, I refer to this as a fairly neutral speaker. I don't hear it providing a lot of tonal color to what I listen to. Some speakers bring some tonality and coloration to what you listen to. These are not. These are a very neutral speaker in that regard. They are clear. I like them because they are a very clear sounding speaker. I hear a good inner voice detail when I listen to these. I like to use the term analytical. A friend of mine says, no, don't say analytical. That's a little, negative and harsh. He said, use the term revealing. So I'm going to stick with analytical. By that, I mean this. you can hear recording anomalies. And because of that, this is not a forgiving speaker. I would not classify this as a speaker that's going to make any recording sound good. If you've got a bad recording, if it was, badly recorded, if the record is bad, if the CD, whatever, if it's a bad recording, it's going to let you know it's a bad recording. Now, if it's a good recording, fine. But it's not going to, cover up for shortcomings on the recording end. It's got good soundstage, provides a very wide soundstage. Here to the other side, there's the other speaker, and the door beyond there goes into our kitchen dining room area. And there are times where, depending upon what we're listening to, I hear the instruments or the sounds coming out of the kitchen. And I go, wow. Now, I don't know how much of that is related to the speaker proper or what is driving the speaker, the AXR 100, which is a very good receiver. I like it a great deal. But for what that's worth, good soundstage, good imaging, it's able to put things in perspective in regards to where they are positioned. If there's a sound field where there's a placement of voices, it provides good definition, highs, mids, lows. Again, it's that clear inner voice detail that I hear. Bass, tight and musical is what I want to say about it. It's not one of these boomy, bass heavy kind of speakers. If you want that, if you want a lot of punch for your bass because you're going to be, doing a lot with movies out of it, you probably are going to want to add a subwoofer to this. But as it goes, the bass is really not a problem. It's just not going to be that big punch that you may want. What I listen to is not bass heavy punch kind of stuff. Some of it is, but the majority of what I listen to, that isn't what defines what I listen to. Now, I will say this, Bach organ music does fine with that. It's able to do the low notes on an organ without any problem. The Passacaglia in C minor, the low C pedal point, not a problem. Nice, tight, musical, well-defined bass on this. So for negatives, the bass could extend more. You might say, you would want that. If that's really that important to you, you might want to look at a different speaker. Downside, it's not a forgiving speaker. If you want something that everything is going to sound wonderful on, even if it's a bad recording, you might want to look elsewhere. But if you want an honest speaker that's going to give you honestly what's being presented to it, this is your speaker. Visually, it's nothing special. It's this big rectangular box. I will say this, the sound more than makes up for any lack of visual appeal to it. There is the other speaker. So you're getting from floor all the way up. When you put the grills on this thing, it really does look a bit like the obelisk from 2001: A Space Odyssey. But all in all, I'm very happy with this speaker. I think it's worthwhile. I think it was good value for money. Now, I do know that in the past year and a half, these speakers have gone up in price, as everything else around us has gone up in price. But when I got them, they were sort of at the top end of the budget that I had set, but they were well worth it to my ear. So in conclusion, the ELAC Debut 2.0 DF 6.2 floor standing speaker is a good speaker. If it's what you think you want to get, I think you can do a lot worse. And I think you will be very happy with this if you got one. So y'all take care. We'll be talking to you later and sharing some more with you along the way. Bye.